Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Package Group Weekly Retrospective for July 22nd, 2021. Kicking off with what went not so well is Tim.
Thanks. Yeah, I think just this week and maybe into last week a little bit, just been less efficient because of some outages or slowness on GitLab.com. Yeah, on to Steve.
This week it's just been filled with lots of distractions, pings, and other to-dos. Over to David.
Thanks. It's the same for me. I wasn't able to focus on my main task, which is the NuGet bug fix as I wanted, so feels bad. Over to Hugo.
Hey, I'm still having some Linux desktop issues, but I guess that's the price we pay. And hopefully it will be better once I get the work laptop soon. And I will have one more opportunity to tinker with different distributions. Okay, over to Haley.
Yeah, got another report of a bug in the fix for offline garbage collection and manifest lists. It's not severe at all, but also not what I wanted to hear about. On to Dan.
Yeah, thanks, Haley. We had a significant outage for some of our services, been attributed to a bug in some package versions of a GCP load balancer. Not great. It's tough on the whole team for sure. And then the other thing, this week I feel like I'm extra busy. Just got all sorts of extra things to do. Over to you, João.
This week I had to hack the Go-Prometheus client to be able to export the metric for the migration, which didn't felt good, but we really need that metric. And on to Tim with what went well.
Thanks. Yeah, I thought that our conversation yesterday, reviewing the maturity, did I miss some? Did we skip someone?
We skipped Nico, so yes.
Sorry, Nico.
No, it's okay. It's not even too much package related. Just I merged some code that was a regression. Thumbs up. And we had some issue with the communication on that MR. So now what went well for Tim?
All right. Yeah, I thought that, thanks, that the conversation yesterday reviewing the maturity targets were really helpful. And I really appreciate all of you and the support you offer. Steve, do you want to verbalize your comment?
Sure. I agree. I thought that even though we only got through one of those, I thought it was a really great chat. And I think it's worth regrouping to go over the rest in the upcoming weeks.
On to Steve.
Now that Helm is released, it feels like Debian has gotten back some momentum. Over to David.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to see some traction behind the idea of pipelines for packages. And I just had a meeting around the technical changes for that. So I will be able to build a scope for the first iteration in the next few days. Also, on the cleanup policies side, the tunnel side, no, I'm joking. They have been working quite nicely, even though we are doing the gradual deployment. And I'm sharing the container image I'm using to monitor the system, and it's about to hit 100,000 tags deleted in the next few days. On to Hugo.
Hey, so I have finally started working on MRs during the onboarding. I'm finding small things that can be improved, and have been working on a couple of those, and that really motivates me. So that's cool. And over to Haley.
yeah, just lots of bug squishing this week. Feels good to just find out why things are doing the things they're doing and make them not do that thing. On to Joe.
We're making good progress on the last remaining development work for phase 1 of the registry migration, and hopefully the last MR, which is now ready for review, will complete that. On to Nico.
So the new approach for handling the component migration for the package details page seems to allow for a faster iteration, even though there's an MR with 2,700 line changes. Much appreciated by the maintainer. And over to Dan.
Thanks, Nico. Yeah, and I feel like I'm getting a lot done, even though my list doesn't get any shorter. So like trying to balance that feeling of making progress, even when there's a lot to do. Cool, and that's all we have for our retro for this week. Thanks everyone for following along at home. I hope everyone has a